Sports psychology and the human element of sport are the most overlooked and underappreciated elements of sports in general, broad scope. The significance behind Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons being now next to each other in the locker room is a much bigger storyline than people will give it credit for. Like I said, overlooked and underappreciated, okay? Micah directly benefits from Dak's mental acuity, his process, and his leadership in every aspect of life. Dak also directly benefits from Micah's youthful energy and hyper-competitiveness in every aspect of life. Okay. I've been tracking this situation all offseason long. I've reported the number one draft trait 3 days before they drafted Tyler Booker, and I told you guys what to look for. I touched on the importance of offensive line, physicality, all those things, right? The pillars of change, the significance of the different methods that this organization is already proving to live by as a result of what Schottenheimer truly values, which is it's a relationship business, right? That's one of the first things that he said, one of the first things that we reported, how big that is, right? Shotty, how he spends half his day on cowboyscountry.com. You can find that written piece of work from about almost 2 months ago now. So that's why it's so important to me. I'm obviously sports below the surface guy. I'm very passionate about it. Okay, to the point to where it's earned the first official Lando Clips post on YouTube. You're seeing more stuff like this. Just it's a faster way for me to just almost refurbish or repurpose content that I've previously recorded that I think really needs to be heard. Okay, and this is one of those examples. This is the first official example, and I hope that you guys get something from it. Okay, the significance behind Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons right next to each other. Just take a listen. Just sit back and think and truly evaluate how much nuance, the human element of sport, do we really miss? And just go through the public speaking gauntlet, if you will. He skips that gimmick entirely because he values relationships. It's a relationship business. Get to know the person behind the player. Understand your teammate. Respect your teammate. Fight for your teammate. So what he does instead, 5 to 10 minutes, informal meet and greet. Everybody stand up. Just go find somebody. Have real interaction, person to person, man to man. Shake my hand, look me in the eye. Let's have a conversation like we would when we're communicating in the huddle, on the sideline, on the field. It's not me listening to you speak. It's us communicating, working together to understand each other better. There's levels to this. The second, it's sort of a subliminal message here that I want to make clear. Brian Schottenheimer most certainly lives what he says. That's one way to contextualize it right there. But there are many examples. As you guys know, I've written about the pillars of change. You'll see the thumbnail on this particular article here, cowboyscountry.com, by the way. That's where all my written work goes. The thumbnail is titled Culture Change. But that's not reactionary. I'm not saying that because of what he just said yesterday at minicamp. This has been a build, a slow climb. I've been reporting on this particular change, let's just say the pillars of change that were being indicated to us for weeks. Okay? I believe we're at pillar number 9 now. The ninth pillar of evidence that suggests culture change, a shift in organizational philosophy, right? Sort of tying hand in hand. All as a result of Brian Schottenheimer, who he is and what he values as a coach. He understands the psychology. Okay, and that leads us directly into the next point. Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons. Their locker rooms are right next to each other. What the heck does that mean? And why does that matter to you as a Cowboys fan? He's so confident. He speaks with such enthusiasm, such wisdom, well beyond his years. Even I would venture to say, young, vibrant, energetic guys like him, first-year head coaches, don't usually speak with the conviction and the depth that Coach Schottenheimer does. It's well beyond coach speak. And those are things I was saying about him 2 years ago on record, receipts. Wow, this guy's got a little different edge to him. He speaks like he understands sports psychology. He's operating as if he understands sports psychology. Micah Parsons hasn't been paid yet. Jerry Jones publicly announcing, hey, calling on you, Micah. Gotta need you to step up a little bit more. No holding out of camp. Need you to step up and assume that leadership role on the defensive side of the ball. It's you, and it's our guy number 4. You guys are the catalysts. With Dak, of course, as the alpha in the building, in the room, in the locker room, on the field, in the huddle, sideline. The Walter Payton Man of the Year caliber man. Accountability, discipline, perseverance, the little details. Why? Because Dak Prescott doesn't have an elite trait as a quarterback. He wins right here. The sports psychology that's allowed him to overcome not just playing and performing at a very high level, an MVP caliber level, a Walter Payton Man of the Year level off the field, MVP caliber on it, despite being under the largest microscope in all of sports. People love to see you fail because failure is what sells, because failure is common. His arena, most people cannot fathom. Okay? That's why I've always had Fours back as far as a guy that I'm confident can actually get the job done. Because of the way that I know he's wired. My best friends, my people, one of them's an Eagles fan, Chris Wilson. Love him to death. Brother to me. Despite all the back and forth, the friendly jab, even the sometimes intentionally disrespectful banter that we have together, as any Cowboys and Eagles relationship would consist of, he'll tell you, he knows exactly where I've been. Beginning back in 2017, 18-ish, when this discussion really began. Does he deserve to be paid? Should he be the quarterback? Because, year 3 comes around, 2018. It's like, okay, we're starting talking about rookie contract coming up. You extend in. What are you doing? You don't have a 5th-year option, all this type of stuff. I'm like, This is a dude I'd bet on. The things that the hand that he's been dealt off the field with his brother, with his mother, publicly acknowledging his own mental health as a result of life's challenges that he was presented with, all while still managing everything that's required to play the most difficult and most important position in all of sports at a very high level. A market-setting level. Since some of you are going to argue with me about numbers and whether or not he's qualified. The market dictates your price. Okay, there you have it. Dak Prescott got his price because that's what the market dictated. Did he hold the Cowboys over the fire? Absolutely. But that's a different discussion. He earned what he's gotten to this point with his play. Hasn't done it in the biggest moments yet. All that to say, guys, Dak doesn't get to the point that he is in his career if he doesn't have it together right here. Okay? We talk about this all the time too. This is one of my punchlines. Physical traits get you to the league. Mental traits keep you there. Dak's mind, discipline, perseverance, mental toughness, heartbeat. He can handle it because he's battle tested. And no challenge on the field more difficult than losing your brother unexpectedly and your mother, all within a 2-year span. I guess it was maybe 3.5 years. I'm not exactly sure about the timelines there. I have to go back and refresh. But that's why. Everybody has been questioning. Nobody questions Micah Parsons' physical ability. One of the most talented football players in the entire league. Arguably the best player at his position over anybody else. There's an argument, but arguably, okay? Hear me when I say arguably. Debatably, if you will. I don't care who you think's better. It doesn't bother me. I don't lose sleep at night. I don't care how good you think Dak is. It doesn't bother me. I don't lose sleep at night. Dak Prescott will not let Micah Parsons slip. Not that I worry about Micah Parsons slipping. Not that Brian Schottenheimer has any concern about Micah Parsons slipping. We know how committed he is to the sport of football. We know how much he loves it. We know how much he hates losing. We know how passionate he is as a player and as a charismatic personality. Clearly has a lot of energy and a lot of love, a lot of passion for the game, for the sport. But getting a young Simba to mature, to come of age, and handle all the little things, all the little details, manifesting himself into Mufasa, the alpha lion. That's what this is about. I've been in professional locker rooms, many of them. Okay, I've lived it. That's why it's very personal to me. There's a completely different dimension, a whole new layer, unbeknownst to the public. Or let's just say that goes behind, stays behind the curtain. Okay. The purpose here with me, Lando from the Lando Show, Sports Below the Surface, is to sort of peel that curtain back more so than it is. It's not discussed enough. I will shoulder that load as long as I have to, as often as I have to help bridge that gap between sports psychology, and the human element between fan and player. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me if you appreciated this content. More like this is coming, guys. I'm posting almost every single day, making the push to 5K. Help me get there. About 70,000 strong across all platforms. Like Mike Fisher says, 70,000 plus people can't be wrong. I'm very passionate, very proudful about the work that I put in. So please enjoy. And thank you to the official partner, Waggle, getyourwaggle.com. As you see right here, got something for everybody. I promise you won't be disappointed. The link for the code is in the description here. You'll find it there. And I also have another big announcement coming that I'm humbled, truly grateful for, excited to share. That will be posted here very soon.